Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your prediction for August 2026. It is a general collective reading, so as messages come through, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, you may want to check out that pinned comment under the video because in that pinned comment is information on how you can join us over on Patreon for some additional bonus content. And I apologize for the AC being on, but I just wrapped up the Sagittarius reading and I felt like soaking wet. I was sweating so bad. It's 89 degrees up here. So I'm sorry if you can hear that hum, but I have to leave it on. Otherwise, I'm probably going to end up having a stroke. So with all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know for August 2026? What does the Capricorn collective need to know for August? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, we have the Seven of Wands. In the top row, we have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Four of Swords. And we have the Page of Swords. Flanking the Seven of Wands is the Five of Swords and the Emperor. And in the bottom row, we have the Lovers, we have the Ace of Wands, and we have the Hierophant. Sneak peek now into September, Queen of Cups, Knight of Wands, and the Six of Swords, and that leaves the Ten of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. All right, let's begin to clarify. This is the After Tarot deck. If you're not familiar with this deck, the images are different. It does alter the meaning of the cards, and we'll go through them as necessary in your reading today. But this is for Capricorn now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for August 2026. Let me get a little comfortable here, a little comfy. We are clarifying Seven of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Page of Swords, Five of Swords, Seven of Wands, the Emperor, the Lovers, the Ace of Wands, and the Hierophant for the Capricorn collective for August. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the King of Swords. The Four of Swords is clarified by the Emperor. The Page of Swords is clarified by the Lovers. The Five of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Wands. The Seven of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Swords. The Emperor is clarified by the Ten of Cups. The Lovers is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. The Ace of Wands is clarified by Temperance. The Hierophant is clarified by the Devil. Sneak peek now into September. Four of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Judgment, and that leaves the Three of Swords, which is a healed heart, at the bottom of the deck. This is one of those readings where it's just super, super specific. You can't force this energy to fit. So this is for those of you where there's a particular connection in your life, whether that is professional, platonic, or romantic. It has been stressed, it has been strained, and there is a desire on both parts to make it work. If that's not your message, it's just not your reading. You don't have to drop any hate. You don't have to ruin the energy, the vibe, the reading, the manifestation for anyone else watching who does want to hear this message or who's resonating with this particular timeline. You're free to check another placement. I have the energies of two people here wanting to come together, but doing it differently. Your overall energy for the month of August 2026 is the Seven of Wands to the Queen of Swords. This is, I'm crystal clear that I want this particular connection in my life. However, I'm also crystal clear that in order to maintain this relationship in my life to a standard that is beneficial for me, to me, I need to create and I need to uphold some very healthy boundaries. And not just create them, but again, that key word, uphold them. Like, I'm responsible for whether or not this person will treat me with respect or not. Again, if it's not your message, don't take it. We'll obviously clarify this more. But for me, queens exist in the present. They process the present and they process the past, and kings take action. It's not male versus female. I don't read genital parts in tarot. I read energy. And so for me, queens process, kings take action. And so based on this newfound realization, if you will, that I do want to keep this person in my life, this friend, this family member, this lover, boss, business partner. I don't know, it could be your landlord. But in order to do that, I have to create these boundaries, and I'm solely responsible for maintaining them. And then it looks like you're moving forward and doing that. There's the energy here of someone else on the table that you are communicating this decision. Again, I want to work on this, or I want to make this, family connection here work. Whoever this is to you, it could be your child, I don't know. But there's a feeling here of I want this to work, but I'm not going to be railroaded again, either by this person or just because they did it in the past, or I'm not going to be railroaded by this person like other people did it to me in the past. I have a group of Capricorns where you've learned from some past hardships, some heartbreaks, and you're not opposed to engaging with people moving forward, but it will be in your time of your choosing and of your rules. And you have someone here who's saying, I can do that. Let's begin to clarify. Clarify that Seven of Wands. The end goal that the two of you have for this connection is the same. The Ten of Cups. I want to feel happy with this person, this friend, this family member, right? I want to get along with this boss. I don't want to hate my landlord. So happiness here seems to be at the core. The way the two of you go about it is a little bit different. I think you're learning to lean into your opposite sign of Cancer. And I think you're learning more how to express your emotional needs in a connection. And you're dealing with someone here who has emotional needs and wants to fulfill your emotional needs, again, in respect to whatever type of connection you have here with them. But this person is also detached. They're not used to expressing emotional needs. So maybe they can find it within themselves to nurture your needs, but this person does not know how to. This person is not someone who wears their heart on their sleeve. I mean, even when they try, it's a struggle. Clarify that Seven of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Seven of Wands is clarified by the Four of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So again, I feel like you're looking at this and saying, maybe not all hope is lost. Maybe, Wheel of Fortune, I can do this again with this person. Maybe I can learn from the past mistakes here. Maybe you're learning, okay, Capricorn, your opposite sign is Cancer. Let's be honest, you're not a very emotionally expressive sign until you get really pissed off. So maybe with that Four of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Five of Cups, either you've learned this in this relationship with this person or just past relationships that you had, that there is a need for you to express what you want, need, and desire on an emotional level to someone. That it's okay to be emotionally vulnerable. That it doesn't mean you're weak or you're fragile. And I think that's what you've learned here. Queen of Swords. So it's almost a feeling like, well, maybe this time I can do it differently. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Swords is clarified by Knight of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Star. I definitely, look, again, if it's not your message, just don't take it. Just click off right now. Click, go see something else. This is specifically for those of you where, despite the hardships in this connection, you want to make it work. And the Five of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck, the person is coming out from being out in a state of lack. The Knight of Pentacles is on the move. It's I want to make some progress. I'm willing to do my part. And I'm willing to express what I need emotionally from this boss, or again, family member, friend, lover, etc. Seven of Pentacles. This is where I believe we get into the energy of the other person, and then I see a conversation here between the two of you. Clarify that Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles to the King of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Pentacles is clarified by Eight of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. This is the person you're talking to. This is the person you want to save the connection with. They don't have to be an air sign. They don't have to be a fire sign. Bottom of the deck, Four of Pentacles. So this person wants this connection to work as much as you do. The issue with this person, they struggle to be emotionally vulnerable. It doesn't mean they don't have emotions or have emotions for you. They just struggle. The King of Wands and the King of Swords combined, This is the energy of someone, they act on passion. They know you like something, they go buy it, you know. You live with this person and they go to Costco, they know what, you know, pie from the bakery to get you. You know, they see that the oil is low on your car, they go and get you the oil change. Or you had a bad day at work, they cook you your favorite dinner. This is an act of service. This is how this person expresses gratitude or emotion. It's not the boss who's going to tell you, oh my God, you did an amazing job. This is the boss on Friday that 10 minutes before 12 says, hey, I'm getting a sandwich from the deli down the street. Do you want anything? I mean, this, again, it's an act of service, but it's not all warm and mushy. And this person isn't just this way to you. This person has been this way for a long time. 7 of Pentacles. I mean, for some of them, maybe their whole life. So it's the energy of someone who's acts of service. King of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Tell me more about this person. Ace of Pentacles. Everything I said is the truth. The World card and the 7 of Pentacles shows itself again. Bottom of the deck, the Ace of Wands. This person is trying to learn. This person is trying to learn how to be more emotionally expressive, how to be more emotionally vulnerable. This person is trying to learn that expressing emotions doesn't mean that they're weak. The two of you are mirroring one another. They're just a little behind you, that's all. You both have the same communication wound when it comes to expressing I love yous, or I miss you, or I'm sorry, or great job on that project last week. You both struggle with this, you just do it differently. And you're a little bit more advanced than them, where you're learning, again, either from this connection or past ones, I need to learn how to be more emotionally expressive without feeling like it's a weakness. So this person's just a little bit behind you. That's all. 4 of Swords. This person's willing to heal. This person recognizes this wound, regardless of their age. One more shuffle. Thank you. This person is trying to not become what you need them to be. Don't confuse that. This person is trying to become who they want to be. This person does not want to be some rigid old curmudgeon, you know, whether they're masculine or feminine. 4 of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. There's that Knight of Pentacles again, and the 6 of Cups. This person wants to work on healing an emotional wound that they have, that they recognize that they have. They also want to work on healing this connection with you. You have unfinished business with this person, and in August, you're both acknowledging it. Clarify that, Emperor. Who is the Emperor? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Emperor is clarified by the 8 of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Chariot. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Wands. This person may propose the two of you get away. Like if this is a couple, okay, they might propose a weekend getaway or spending more time together. There's something here about travel, particularly local travel. But there's something fun or exciting here that this person is proposing in the month of August that you do. If this is a friend or family member, same thing. This could be someone saying, it's someone who's never said it before. Maybe in the past, I don't know, there's a local flea market and it would be your sister and they would just call you and be like, hey, Saturday's a flea market, want me to pick you up? This would be a different approach. This would be, hey, there's a flea market on Saturday and I know how much you enjoy them and I would love to have you join me. Are you available? See, it's a different approach than it's Saturday at 9, want me to come get you? You know, this is, I know how much you like this and I would love for you to come with me. So this person is changing or trying to heal a communication wound they know they have when it comes to expressing, again, emotions. And it doesn't mean they wouldn't love you to go with them. It's just, it's probably not something that, it's foreign. This is like learning a foreign language. You're both, thank you, you're both learning a foreign language. You're just a little bit more advanced than they are. Page of Swords. Here's that communication now. But it does look like this person is proposing that the two of you do something together. And if this is work related, 6 of Wands just showed itself. And if this is work related, this could even be your boss saying to you, hey, I've noticed that you've been really overworked or overstressed lately. And you have, we're halfway through the year. You have some personal days or vacation days you haven't used. You want to take an extended weekend. You might look at them like they have 3 heads. Like, you never fucking cared about me being overworked or overstressed. Now you want me to take a day off. I just feel like their approach here is different. They're offering you something in the hopes of showing you that you matter to them, regardless of who you are. Clarify that Page of Swords, that conversation. Six of Wands, one more shuffle. Thank you. Six of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. There's a conversation here, the World card. There's a conversation here about how do we do this again, or how do we do this differently, or I don't want to lose you, I don't want you to quit. It's the airing of grievances, not for the purpose of damaging the connection further, but for the purpose of healing the connection. Clarify the Lovers. Now, I'm just telling you energetically what's available. If you don't call this person, if you don't answer their phone call, you know, if you tell the boss Monday morning, fuck off, and you quit, none of this works. You know, this is just energetically available to you. You don't have to do this, but it's there for the taking if you want it. Clarify the Lovers. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Lovers is clarified by the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Swords. So there you are responding, Eight of Swords. And yes, you are available. Again, I'm just telling you energetically what's here. You seem here to be available for the conversation, available to take them up on their offer. You're open to hearing what they have to say. There is an airing of grievances. It could get a little heated, but you both back down, which is maybe something in the past you didn't do. Five of Swords. Tell me about that Five of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Five of Swords. Ten of Cups, which is what you both want. Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Devil. That is your major arcana card. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. It seems to me, energetically speaking, you are informing this person of what you desire out of your connection with them. And you're willing to build that with them. You're not expecting them to do all of the work. But you also don't want false promises. Five of Swords. You want to see them put some real pentacle energy into this connection. Again, whatever this connection is. This is, don't tell me no lies. Queen of Wands. Clarify that Queen of Wands, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Wands is clarified by Justice. There's that Five of Swords again. And the Nine of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Six of Wands. This is the, I really want this to work. I don't want to quit. I don't want to stop talking to you. You're my brother. You're my sister. I do want to see our romantic relationship come back together again, or go next level, or be healed. But there's something here of whatever this person did, or the two of you did together, whatever your interaction here was, wounded you. And I don't think you realize it wounded them too. And maybe they were the cause of it, maybe they weren't. I'm not here to take sides. I'm looking at two people that are wounded, that are still standing next to one another in the month of August, that are willing to make this work. You have some things that you are not demanding, but requiring of this person in order to try this again. And they seem to be saying, I can work on that. They're not promising you anything, which is good. We don't want promises. We want, I will try to do that. I will strive to do that. We don't want false promises. That's kind of how we got into this whole mess to begin with. So clarify the Emperor, because this is now this person's energy, and they don't have to be a masculine, okay? They're just coming up as the King of all kings taking charge, and this is them saying, okay, I can take charge. I'm going to try to do this. And it's genuine. Justice card, it is genuine. They're not blowing smoke up your ass. Clarify the Emperor. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Emperor is clarified by the Two of Wands. The Star, their decision is to heal this connection with you. Six of Pentacles, to try to be more reciprocal, to especially be more reciprocal when it comes to expressing emotions, as well as fulfilling your emotional needs in this connection. So start journaling, start writing. If you think this is your reading and you want to have the conversation, start writing what it is that you need. How can you be emotionally nurtured by this person, regardless of who they are, even if it's a boss, even if it's a landlord. You don't want the landlord to just be like, fuck you every time you call them because something broke down in the apartment. So what do you need to feel emotionally safe in this connection? And keep it reasonable. 5 things, 5 non-negotiables. 5 non-negotiables. Clarify the Ten of Cups. Clarify the Ten of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ten of Cups is clarified by Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. There you are again. And the Two of Swords. This person says yes. Yep, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna discover a way on how I can give you, you're holding that pentacle, I can give you what you need. Yeah, I can. Yep, I'm gonna discover a way on how to do that. Bottom of the deck was the Four of Swords. Lovers to the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like would be redundant, because I just see two people now making the decision to move forward together to try to heal this connection. And you're doing it by understanding what both of your needs are. Now, don't think you're going to get off scot-free here. This person has some things that they need from you as well. And you're going to have to be open and receptive to hearing that. And that's why I think it might get a little heated. So it's not just Capricorn needs these 5 things. Whoever this person is, they're probably going to need 5 things too. And if you want to make this work, you're going to have to put in effort, 8 of Pentacles, like they're willing to put in, 8 of Pentacles. I do want to see the Ace of Wands, a new beginning that the two of you are having here. Clarify the Ace of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. We'll take it. Ace of Wands is clarified by 2 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, and the Moon. Bottom of the deck, the 8 of Swords. This is giving me the energy of 2 people who don't want to lose themselves in this relationship again. And I don't know what that means. And that message might not be for everyone. But there's a feeling here of, I don't want to be in a relationship if I'm made to feel alone. What is the point of being in a relationship? What is the point of working at this company if my boss doesn't even remember my fucking birthday and I've been here for 5 years? Like, that's the feeling. So there's a feeling here like, I don't want to get lost here. And I don't want to lose myself in this. I want to nurture the connection. I want to be nurtured by the connection, but I don't want to feel I don't want to feel neglected. There's a feeling here like, don't do this for a couple of days or a couple of weeks. And then 9 of Pentacles, I'm on my own to take care of myself again, or to give myself the pat on the back. I feel like I'm talking to a Capricorn who wants to see and experience long-term sustainable results in this connection. And look, maybe for some of you, this is a few people. You know, maybe you're having a discussion with your mother and your sister and your lover and your boss, you know. It doesn't just have to be one connection. Temperance. One more shuffle. Thank you. Temperance is clarified by 4 of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the 9 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the 2 of Pentacles. I don't know if this is shared energy or if this is just you. You're going to have to take it how it resonates. One of you, if not both of you, is reserving the right to move on if they don't see sustainable changes, sustainable results. It's like, I'm willing to move forward, but look at that 4 of Cups in the After Tarot deck. I reserve the right to walk away. So if you think we're going to be great here for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and then we tank again, that's not working. You will detach yourself. The Devil card in the After Tarot deck is detached. Hierophant. So right now you are committed to the community group. Maybe it's a community group or a religious group, political organization, whoever you're having this issue with. Okay, the romantic partner, the soulmate, the family member, the company. But you are reserving the right to detach yourself from it if you don't like the results, or if the results are not sustainable or consistent. And look, they might have that feeling as well. Clarify the Hierophant. Clarify the Hierophant here. You're looking for real change. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Hierophant is clarified by the Knight of Cups, the 4 of Wands, and Temperance. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands. It's giving me the feeling of, God, I really hope that they're serious. God, I really hope they're going to do the work. Because I don't want to walk away. I don't want to find another job. I don't want to break up with this person again. But I will if I have to. I will if I have to. Clarify the Devil in the After Tarot deck. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Cups, 7 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. The 7 of Swords in the After Tarot deck is not making the same mistake. So you're very aware of those 5 non-negotiables, or 3, however many you have. Don't show up with the 20. I think you'll overwhelm this person. 5 non-negotiables. What do you need from them? You know, honesty, loyalty. You know, be real. But there is a feeling here of, I'm not going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm not going to get sucked into this black hole vortex of this relationship that keeps me chasing what it is that I want. So I think you're open to it. I think you're open to healing it. There's a healing, slightly heated conversation taking place. Whoever that is, or people, they seem to be on board, but you are reserving the right to move on if all they can give you is a little. If you're only receiving a little emotional fulfillment in that Page of Cups, and you feel like the past is about to repeat itself, like you're about to step into that trap and do this whole loop again with this person, look at that Four of Swords in the After Tarot deck. It's like a repose. It's like a funeral. You are willing to say goodbye and put this to bed once and for all. I see effort here being made. I want to take a look at September. Queen of Cups, Knight of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Four of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and Judgment. Tell me more about this here in September. One more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Swords, Three of Swords, Empress. Bottom of the deck, Justice. In September, I'm not trying to worry you ahead of time. In September, you perceive something they do or say as being a repeat action of the past. I don't know if it is or not, but I have you waiting for emotional fulfillment, and I have you looking to the past and saying, son of a bitch, they're doing it again. Seven of Swords, Three of Swords, and the Empress. And now, in the Six of Swords, it's like, maybe I need to move on from this. I don't know how many of you watching are members on Patreon. I did a reading for Patreon members. I believe it was the full moon in Aquarius reading, which we had on July 29th, just the other day. But that energy is going to be with us for a while. It's not like when you wake up on July 30th and it's gone. It's not. And I believe I called in that reading the most significant and impactful full moon of not just a year, probably of the last 10 years. So, and the reading explains why I have that feeling about it. It's very possible for some of you, you are falsely accusing this person in September because you're not healed. They're doing something, you know, they asked you to work overtime. They didn't answer the call for a day. You know, they left their phone charger at home. There's something here. You may be jumping to the conclusion that this person is up to no good. That reading in Aquarius, particularly if you're dealing with an Aquarius, but regardless of their sign, there was something here about wait and pause. You do not have all the facts. I feel a rush to judgment here. It's like Four of Wands. Everything was great. I was waiting for whatever, waiting for them to call, waiting for them to stop by, waiting for, oh, they didn't do it. They're late. I'm out. Six of Pentacles. I'm walking away. It's a judgment card. They're doing it again. You seem to get all caught up here, all swords. Clarify this further. I think you are misjudging this person in September. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Death card, the Four of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. You're going to feel like they're crossing a boundary. And I don't know if they are or they're not. I mean, we're looking 60 days away here at this point, you know, 45 days away. This seems like middle of September energy. I wouldn't jump the gun because the Death card is we're dead, done, and over with. You may say some things you cannot take back because it's coming from a very wounded place. The Four of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck is met by scorpionic energy of the Grim Reaper. It's dead, done, we're over with here. And the Seven of Wands was how you started. That's that feeling of, I told you what I needed from you. You were good for a couple of weeks, and then you fucking did it again. And like now you're like pushing back. It's an aggressive energy. What is this person doing in September? You know what? I did cleanse my other deck, so let me grab it. And I'm back. This is the Pulp Tarot deck. I didn't do this for any of the other signs. I'm sure they'll be upset, but I also don't want you to exist for the next 30 days worried about that. So what is this person doing in September? This person that Capricorn is dealing with. What is this person doing in September that is causing this? One more shuffle. Thank you. What are they doing in September? Four of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Five of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Justice. This person is doing something else in the moment that they can't attend to your needs. It could be they're working overtime. It could be that they're sick. It could be that they're sleeping. And you feel emotionally shut out, or you feel neglected. You feel like they're abandoning you. It's triggering an abandonment wound from you. This person's like sleeping or not well or busy doing something else. It's not being done purposeful. Hierophant could be they're working, they're traveling for work, they're involved in a community group, their family needs them. Maybe even if they have kids, they could have a kid that's sick. Or maybe one of their kids is giving birth and now they're going to like visit the kid. There's something here where you feel a little neglected because of something they're doing or saying. The Lovers card. Yeah, this is that same person. Lovers to the lovers. What is this person's intention with Capricorn in September? One more shuffle. Thank you. Their intention. 7 of Wands. They're going to push back on you. 6 of Pentacles and 6 of Cups. They're going to tell you you're out of your fucking mind. They're going to tell you, I've been doing my best to give you what you need to nurture this connection, to respect your boundaries. I'm not doing whatever you're accusing me of doing. This person's going to push back because they know they're being authentic. 2 Justice cards. They know they're being authentic. The Emperor. There they are. They know they're doing right by you, and now you're falsely accusing them because you're wounded. Page of Wands. If this starts creeping up, that feeling, do your homework, okay? Detective Clouseau here. You kind of had that Page of Wands energy before. I just dated myself significantly. I would do your homework and discover more before you accuse this person of doing something that they are not doing. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. We'll close out with oracle cards and some kippers. I'm glad I was able to see that, because if it looked terrible, I would have told you, don't even fucking bother with this, you know, but no, they're legitimately doing something. Work, family, something within the community or a community group, and you're accusing them of something they're not doing. You're assuming the worst right away. 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords. So I would also work on your healing. Not just healing this connection, but healing that abandonment wound or whatever wound is being triggered here for you. 3 cards of advice here for August for the Capricorn collective. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the World card. 3 World cards showed up here from 3 different decks. Okay, it's just advice. Do it differently. Respond differently. Speak differently. You have a chance to learn a lesson from whatever happened here with this person. You don't have to repeat what happened back then. You just have to learn from it and do it differently now. It's like this is your favorite recipe, and the last time you cooked it, you burnt the shit out of it. It doesn't mean you never cook that recipe again. It's just maybe now you learned how to do it differently. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Wheel of Fortune, the World card, and the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Queen of Pentacles. If you feel triggered, pause and ask yourself where you feel triggered. Also, your advice here is if you want this next chapter or cycle, this do-over, this is a chance to do this again, you will need to be more in touch with your feelings, and you will need to express them more. We have Capricorn energy here, Queen of Pentacles, and we have Cancer energy. You can do both. You can express your needs, your emotional needs, from a grounded place. It does not make you weak. If you want to do it differently, you will need to incorporate some of your opposite sign here to make this a success. It's only your advice. 3 cards here of advice for September. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice. Empress, King of Wands, and the Lovers. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Pentacles. Before you accuse this person of something, remind yourself of how valuable this relationship is for you. And make the choice to talk in a nurturing way as opposed to accusing. The Empress would sit down and talk. The Empress seeks harmony. Not because they self-sacrifice themselves or because they, wear a blindfold and they, stick their head in the sand. But this is someone at the end of the day, let's talk. Lovers is Gemini energy. Gemini is ruled by communication. Ruled by Mercury, which rules communication. So just remember how much you care about this person, whoever they are, and make the choice to communicate as opposed to just blowing the whole thing up because some wound is triggered. We'll close it out now with some oracle cards and then some kippers. You have a chance to do this again. Be more emotionally expressive. It's okay. It's okay to let your emotions come up to the surface. It's okay to show your sensitive side. I know you're ruled by Saturn, but dip your toe into the moon every now and then. You might like it. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Exploration. Explore your opposite sign. Literally can't make it up. Freedom. Different way of doing this relationship. And healing. Bottom of the deck, silent strength. Exploration. Brave exploration of the unknown. Expand your horizons. Lean into your opposite sign. Learn about your opposite sign. Actually, I'm posting tomorrow. Well, I might not post this till the 1st for you. I apologize. I'll try to get up today. But if not on the 1st, I'm posting on Patreon this article about low vibe and high vibe. And you may, and if you don't want to join, that's fine. You could just do your own internet search even. But I would look into what is high vibrational Cancer energy. And then I would look for ways on how you can incorporate that into this discussion and this relationship. Freedom. Release your shackles and pursue personal freedom. I feel like this is more like personal emotional freedom. And then you have healing. Heal by confronting and addressing past wounds. If you don't heal this wound, it's going to creep up on you and bite you in the ass in September. So can you heal this connection? Yes. Do you still need to heal that wound? Yep. If you don't want this person in your life, you could disregard everything here having to do with reconciling with this individual. Moving forward, the universe is still going to require of you to lean into your opposite sign of Cancer and to feel more and to be able to express your emotions. And the only way you'll be able to do that is to heal this abandonment wound you have. So even if you're like, fuck them, I don't want them in my life ever and ever again, there's still an aspect here within yourself that needs to be healed. Otherwise, you will replay this with the new person, the new boss, the new friend in the future. Bottom of the deck, silent strength. Build your power in silence, waiting for the right moment to reveal your quiet strength. I think you need to pull back a little bit and figure out those 3 or 5 negotiables. And then in one conversation, discuss them with this person in a very emotionally calm and balanced way. Let's get some Kipper cards here. 2 Kipper cards for that top row, please. You may be dealing with a fire or an air sign. That's the energy I get. We have unexpected income. I feel like that's more like that unexpected conversation. The Emperor is sideways. So the feeling here was, again, you're not sure if this person will cooperate or if they'll be able to do this or if they even want to try this. I think they're going to surprise you. 2 cards here for the middle. Adjudication, the soul contract, message. I think you received the message that you want. I think it's a yeah, I can try to do that. Again, they're not giving you false promises, which is good. That's what we want. But adjudication is the Justice card. They're going to try to do this the right way. And 2 cards here for the bottom row. We have family room on the side, and we have bad health on the side. Whether or not we come back together again or this falls apart is undecided. But at least you are open to working on this wound within the connection and also work on this wound within yourself. But this is not officially closed out. If you thought it was, you are very mistaken. Bottom of the deck, you have gift. At some point in time when this relationship does come back together again, and if both of you work on this wound, you're going to have 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups kind of life together. You're going to look back and realize that whatever occurred here was a gift, because it helped expose wounds that the 2 of you had, that had it not been for this relationship, with whatever occurred here in this moment in time, you would have never seen it. You would have never healed it. And it might not feel like a gift right now, and it probably didn't feel like a gift when all of this was happening. But at some point in the future, the 2 of you will realize whether this works out for, the rest of your lives or not. What occurred here is a gift. It is a universal gift, because it's helping the 2 of you heal an aspect of yourselves, which, like I said, whether this lasts for the rest of your lives or not, at least that wound is now healed or well on its way to being healed. And it all begins in August 2026 with what appears here to be a conversation. That is what I have for you, Capricorn, for August 2026. If you like that message, resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon, and be sure to also view your other placements. Until I read for you again, good luck, be gentle with yourself, and as always, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.